My friend took advantage of me when I was in the hospital. This story came January 16th, 2026. You know what that means? It is right out of the oven, baby. Hot and fresh. I was away from home for a month for planned surgery plus recovery. This was a very intense surgery. I'm 6 weeks out right now and I can still barely walk. At the last minute, my hired pet sitter canceled on me and I was desperate to find a replacement. I offered that money to a friend who was having housing difficulties. She was to take care of my house and pets. I let her stay in my home while I was gone and I even bought $300 worth of groceries for her. The agreement was for her to take care of my kittens and fish and to have the house tidied up before I got home. My car would be there in case of an emergency, but otherwise, please avoid driving it. It's a lease and I have an allotment of miles I can drive before I have to pay extra. After I was admitted into the hospital, she moved her own cat in and also her boyfriend in. When I got home, my house was an absolute disaster. Dishes piled up to the sink took me 4 loads to clear. Dishes and leftover food scattered all around the house. Cat vomit left to dry on the floor. Is your cat okay? Bags of cat litter clumps in the hallway, half full trash bags left in the entryway, stains on the couch, floors, and counters filthy. There was a 3-foot circle of wood ash on the floor around the fireplace. They used up about 80% of my winter wood pile, so now I don't even have enough wood to last me the rest of the winter. So here I am post-surgery and barely able to walk, scrubbing the floors, doing dishes, taking out the trash, sweeping and mopping and vacuuming. But there's only so much I can physically do before I'm in massive pain. Well, you guessed it. I have been in massive pain every night since the first night, doing too much, trying to clean up after her. It hasn't even been a week. She tried to negotiate with me to stay at my house for several more weeks or longer, quote, to help with the kids and take care of you. No, not a chance. But I'm so weak right now that I had to play it as tactfully as I could. What resulted was her staying an extra 2 days, her useless boyfriend sitting on my couch, eating my food, watching me clean up and not offering to help. She at least cooked for me the next day. You said that this was a friend? This sounds like a stranger you got off Craigslist. This is a friend that was supposed to be helping you? I think we need to reevaluate that friendship, but I'll leave that up to you. I called my 2 besties, a married couple, and I asked them to come by to ensure that these 2 left my house when the lift arrived to take them home. I told them hours beforehand to pack up and get ready to leave. They waited until 10 minutes prior to finally start packing, and the Lyft driver had to wait a half hour for them. As they were leaving, the boyfriend was questioning my friend and asking him how long they were staying. He gray rocked them with excellence. That means just being very short, in case you're wondering what gray rock means. The boyfriend was all, I'm just concerned about her and I want to make sure she has the help she needs and I'll be back to help out as much as I can. That a-hole did absolutely nothing to help and made everything harder on me. As soon as they were gone, my real friend sent me to bed and helped clean up my kitchen and living room. My kids also helped out. Even with that, I would still end up having to spend time over the next several days cleaning up after them. I still haven't tried to remove the couch stains, but at least my son vacuumed all the crumbs and such out of the cushions and cleaned up the fireplace. And then, oh no, I discovered my car. I had given her permission for 2 non-emergency trips into the city about 30 miles away. She also admitted to using my car a little bit while I was gone. I was too weak to make a fuss out of it. Well, it turns out they drove my car over 1,100 miles. These parasites took absolute advantage of me while I was at my weakest. So today, I sent a text message requesting that they pay me 30 cents per mile of unauthorized use, which adds up to $255. I will either get some money back for my troubles, or I will scare them away so badly that I'll never have to see them or deal with them again. Either way, it's a win. Oh my God, I hope you get your money back. Let's check out what Reddit is saying. So someone asked, how old are your children and where were they when these slobs were at your house? OP responded, which means original poster, the author of the story. Elementary school age, I have 50-50 custody of them, so they stayed with my ex while I was gone. Next comment. Why couldn't your ex help? OP said, my ex is a cheater and a liar and deeply hurt me with multiple affairs. I would really prefer not to have to rely on my ex for anything other than what is strictly necessary regarding the children. Next comment, are the fish okay? Fish are doing well. Oh, and my water filter broke the night before I left and I had to spend another $70 on a new one. I'm just glad the pet store was still open when it happened. I'm glad the fish is okay. Next question, maybe you were wondering, maybe you weren't. Is your cat okay? Kittens are doing well, happy, healthy, and well socialized. At least she took care of them well. Oh, there's kittens! Multiple. People aren't all bad, and as much as she and her boyfriend used me, at least my pets were taken care of. Well, thank God for that, in the very least. Next comment said, you should change the locks. OP responded and said, changing locks is something I know how to do. I had to do it after the divorce when my ex's parents decided that they would just waltz into my house whenever they wanted because, quote, it's the same house our grandbabies are in. I bought the house off my ex in the divorce. That's another story for another day. Next comment, was anything stolen? Ooh, fair point, because I wouldn't put it past them. OP said, I was so scared my medicine would have been taken. It was the first thing that I looked through. Fortunately, the only valuable jewelry I have, I wear. I still have to check out the garbage to see if things are where they're supposed to be. And yes, searching the house for anything illegal is definitely something I should do. It's just hard to do everything while recovering from surgery. I move slow, I'm in a lot of pain, and there's always something that needs to get done, including bed rest. Yes, and you're a mom on top of that. Oh, that would be so difficult. All right, so we have an update and it came the next day. And I'm curious if they responded to the text about the car. I didn't expect an update to happen so quickly. You may call me naive, you're probably right. I just always try to see the best in people and I hope they choose to be good. It's time to use some names. Ooh, her name is Raven. I don't know if it's her real name, but that's what she introduced herself to me as, and that's how I know her. How long have we known this friend? Her boyfriend's name is Angelo. The cat's name is Alvin. A bit of background on me. I grew up in an abusive household, one of those never rock the boat homes where image was important than anything else. If someone harmed me, hurt me, insulted me, anything, and I got upset, I was forced to apologize to them. My dad is also an explosive man. He was fine most of the time, except for the times when he wasn't. When I was 18, he physically harmed me. I fled to the army, got away for 4 years, sent to war, and got PTSD. My dad has only assaulted me a few times since over the years. The most recent was last June. The time before that, last February, and he even left bruises on me. Get this man behind bars. I ended up marrying an emotionally unavailable person who would later become a serial cheater and then blame me for the affairs. For years, I accepted that blame. I tried to change myself and make myself better so that they wouldn't cheat anymore. I finally filed for divorce at the end of 2024. When I called my mom for support, she took the side of my ex and downplayed the affairs and told me to cancel the divorce and beg for my ex back, quote, for the sake of the kids. It took me a long time to be able to admit to myself that none of this was my fault, and most of that was just this past year while I have been in therapy. Despite everything that happened, I always blamed myself, not them. I tried over and over to explain to them how they harmed me. It never worked. It's not my fault that I have been abused, but it is my responsibility to take ownership of my healing. Fault is past focused, responsibility is future focused. Oh, that's an interesting little phrase. We learn from the past, but we focus on the future. I am now estranged from my parents as of 3 months ago. My mom does not respect that and keeps trying to find ways to contact me, including showing up at my house unannounced. My dad has been smack talking about me to anyone he can. He battered my ex, threatened to sue us both for grandparents' rights. As soon as my divorce is signed by the judge and finalized, I will be talking to a lawyer about getting a restraining order against both of my parents. All of that is to explain what happened between me and Raven and why it was so hard for me to kick her out. Not only am I bad at setting boundaries in general, but also with the major surgery, I'm in a severely weakened state as I slowly recover. I'm so thankful for my best friends for coming in to help me. I say all of this to preface what happened last night. Uh-oh. I am too nice. I know I am, but it's not something I want to let go. People do take advantage of me sometimes. I know it's a risk of being kind, but I refuse to let my kindness go. I want to live in a world with kindness, and that always starts with yourself. I don't want to grow into a bitter old hag. Despite posting my story only yesterday, the events took place last weekend. I returned home from surgery last Friday, and it took me until Sunday to actually get Raven and Angelo out of my house. I couldn't have done it without my best friends who helped enforce it for me. Even then, they left behind several things. Some clothes, her prescription medicine, her cat, Alvin, etc. This was likely so they could worm their way back into my home, though I didn't realize it at the time. They left their cat at your house? Did they not want their cat? What do you mean? Then I spent all week taking care of my kids and slowly trying to clean the house. Yesterday was custody exchange day, so now I finally have some time to relax and recover. Yesterday, I also ran out of pain meds. I've been desperately trying to get more all week, but my surgeon is unavailable, my primary care physician is out of office, and my gynecologist never called me back. Finally, I just went to the ER for pain management. The doctor and staff there were wonderful, but I still think it took a total of 7 hours. I didn't get home until after 9 p.m. At 11:45 p.m., I got a phone call from a local number I didn't recognize. I answered. It was Raven. She was in tears. She said the house she was staying at ended up being I can't say the word, but a substance house. You guys can, you know what that means. And they were trying to kill each other, and she was scared, and I was the only person she knew, and she needed me to come and get her. I don't want to be in that environment. I told her I can't get her, I can't drive that much, and I just got out of the ER, I'm on pain meds, so I literally can't drive, and I'm not going to put myself around substance users, especially in my current state. I also can't bring her back to my home. I need my home to be for me. Her attitude immediately shifted. The crying immediately stopped, the pitch of her voice dropped, and she said something about, "Fine, I get it, I'll figure it out, it's not your problem." She hung up. I don't remember exactly how. My pain meds make my head a little fuzzy. After that, she texted me. I'll copy and paste the response as this sub doesn't let me post pictures, so I can't share the screenshots. All right, reading the text messages. Raven said, "I'm sorry I asked, and also you can tell me, are we not friends anymore? Did I do something really bad?" Me. Call 911. You're in danger, and so is everyone around you. Get the police to arrest them and get you to safety. Raven, I already did. Good. Raven said, I don't know what to do anymore. The cops are here, but they won't help. It looks like the cops left, doing nothing in the process. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'll figure something out. I mean, if it's a substance house and people were trying to each other, you're telling me the police walked in there and was like, okay, it looks all good here. I don't know if I believe this story. At this point, I wrote a long message about how I can't have her back at my house. However, I took a lot of the advice given to me on my last post, especially the criticism, calling me a doormat, calling me naive, and saying that this was my fault for being too kind. Here is what I responded with. I'm really sorry you're in a frightening situation. I'm not able to help beyond encouraging you to work with emergency services and local resources. I need to be clear that I cannot be your rescuer, and I cannot take on crisis support, transportation, or housing. I am recovering from surgery and I need to focus on my health and my children. Due to what happened during your stay, including the condition my home was left in, and the negative impact on my recovery from it, you and Angelo are not welcome at my home going forward. This boundary is firm. If you show up here, I will call the police. Alvin will be cared for. I wish you safety, but I can't be involved beyond this. So they don't want the cat and you're just gonna take the cat? Okay, they clearly don't want the cat. They would have taken the cat with them. Oh, Raven says something about the cat. Raven wrote back to that and said, so the stuff I left, I can't get back, not even my cat? OP responded, please send me a list of the personal items you want returned and an address where they can be shipped. I'm not able to arrange in-person pickup. For Alvin, I will coordinate a drop-off at a vet or shelter and you can retrieve him from there. If you have a preferred vet, please let me know. Otherwise, I will select one. Raven said, the stuff I don't care. Can you please just drop my cat off and I can get him? And I'm sorry I didn't take care of the house well enough. Just please don't throw my cat away. Can you just drop him off at the local vet like on Monday? Whatever time I will be there, just don't take my cat away from me. Well, at least they want the cat. And that's it. I spent the rest of the night so scared that they would show up to my house anyways. I already have some PTSD from the army, which leaves me super paranoid that people are going to attack me and harm me. So whenever conflict comes up, I end up spiraling and panicking about it. I imagine scenarios over and over. Fortunately, my anxiety meds help. I locked all my doors and windows. I eventually fell asleep at 1 a.m. and I have been up since 5 a.m. I'm yawning. Literally, that made me yawn. And I bet I just made you yawn because yawns are contagious. Ooh, let me know if you yawned for realsies. That's so fun. It's very annoying actually when someone yawns, you're like, damn it, because you just know you're gonna yawn. On Monday, I plan to ask a friend to come with me to drop the cat off. And then after that, I will inform her that she can get him. And if she can't, well, it's not my problem. As for me, today I have some different friends dropping by to cook me dinner and help me clean my house some more. I've also asked them to help me change the locks. And then she edited and said to answer some of the same questions that keep coming up. Number 1, yes, I have cameras. Number 2, yes, I am changing the locks, but I haven't been able to do so yet. I didn't get home from the emergency room last night until 9 p.m. and I'm not in a position where I can keep running errands all day. I went to the grocery store this morning and that took about everything I have out of me. I have friends coming tonight to help change them. Number 3, yes, I have a credit monitoring subscription set up and I will be going through that when I have the time and energy. There's only so much I can do a day before my body shuts down. Recovery from major surgery is absolutely exhausting. Number 4, no, I will not be keeping Alvin. I do not want to have anything that will invite Raven back into my home. For all of you saying that I need to keep him, I welcome you to take him yourself and invite Raven into your lives. Then you can deal with all of this and I can recover in peace. I will let you know what location I drop him off at and you can go pick him up before she does, if she does at all. You guys, like, I think she has enough on her plate. She's got her own kittens. She's got children. She's recovering from surgery. As long as the cat's taken care of, you know. I don't want the cat to suffer from all this. We do have a final update and hopefully we'll get some answers about Alvin. But at first, you know the drill. We're gonna hydrate. Cheers. Drink your water. You guys, there's literally cars under here. If you've seen on social media, Toronto got 56 centimeters of snow in downtown Toronto. There's a car in there. Oh my God. The final update is very recent, January 25th. It has been over a week. A rough week. I need more bed rest post-surgery. That's what everyone tells me. They all say that I do too much. But with four kids, I guess I never knew how many kids she had. I thought 2 in my head because I was like, kid would be 1, so plural, 2 maybe? 4? I didn't even think about how many kids. Oh, wow. Post-surgery and kittens. Oh. Anyways, okay. But with 4 kids and a house to maintain, it's hard, especially with all this crap with a Raven. I have torn my stitches twice. Been to the ER once, and I have been surviving on pain meds. Most nights I cry myself to sleep because the pain is so intense. Meanwhile, in the midst of all of this, my dryer broke. Of course it did. New ones are expensive, especially ones big enough for my family. I'm in no position to pick them up or install them myself. So I paid the extra fees to have them delivered, installed, and the old ones taken away. Anyways, last weekend I went through the house and the garage. I think I said garbage earlier when I said I still have to go through the garbage to look if they stole anything. I think it's in this moment it's cluing in that it was supposed to say garage, not garbage. Anyways, last weekend I went through the house and the garage and I found all of Raven's crap that she left. I didn't even know she had stuff in my garage until she asked me for the tent and 2 sleeping bags that she left, which suggests exactly what we all expected. She's actually truly homeless and lied to me about having a place to stay. I knew she was having housing trouble, but she always said that she was staying with a friend or at a relative's house. I also found some clothes that she left behind and some prescription medication in her name. I sent her a text informing her of all of this and to have a place for me to take Alvin, since she was demanding her cat back instead of letting me care for him, despite her inability to properly care for him. You said you wouldn't keep him though. I told her I would not meet her in person and requested a vet or shelter so I could drop him off and she could just pick him up. She gave me the name of a clinic, not an animal shelter, like a normal one for people. I can't drop an animal off there, which means that she was just trying to get me to be there in person. Likely so she could try to manipulate me and take advantage of my poor boundary skills. Still, on Saturday, the ever self-sacrificing me drove all the way to the city, 35 miles away, to drop off Alvin at a shelter near her so that she could get him. They refused, but only because I don't live in that county. They said I would have to take him to the shelter in my county. So I drove home, and on the way back, Alvin clawed his way out of the cardboard cat carrier that Raven left behind. He spent the rest of the trip alternating between standing on my dash watching the road and jumping into the back seat. In total, I drove 80 miles that day. Normally, that's not a big deal, but my current medication doesn't allow me to sit upright for too long, and I was in massive pain for the rest of the day. On Sunday, a friend pointed out that Uber and Lyft do services like that, courier services. I can hire them to deliver things so I don't have to drive. Why can't Raven come get the friggin' cat from somewhere in your county? Even have one of your friends go meet her at a park up the street from your house. Something that's more convenient for you. This is perfect as I can deliver all of her crap to her. I informed Raven of this and I asked for a time and a location for drop off. She said she would get back to me by the end of the week. Well, girly, it has been a week. Today is Sunday again. I didn't hear a dang word from her. Tonight is also trash pickup night for me, which is where all her stuff went, except for the tent and sleeping bags, as those are brand new and unopened. As such, they will go to Goodwill on my next trip out there. Meanwhile, the cat had an adventure. What? As I was returning from taking out tonight's trash to the end of the road, I noticed the side door of my house was open. My kittens are indoor cats for now, and they're too small for country living, lest a hawk or owl will take them. And I've been keeping Alvin indoors in case I had to return him. I put all 4 kids to work finding the cats. We found 1 kitten under my bed, but Alvin and the other kitten were MIA. I pulled up the security footage and had my daughter go go through the history. Meanwhile, the other 3 I sent searching in all the hiding nooks. Well, it turns out Alvin is rather clever and opened the door himself. 10 minutes later, the braver of the 2 kittens discovered the open door. He went out, sat for a moment, then went back in. 5 minutes later, he went out again. As we were searching, Alvin decided to get into a fight. Cat yowls let us figure out exactly where he was. My oldest ran out, scared the other cat off, and managed to get Alvin back inside. The kitten we eventually found under the side deck, hiding about 5 feet away from the side door. My 6-year-old decided to be the bravest little boy ever and crawled under the deck in the dark to rescue him. Couldn't be me. Spiders alone. Couldn't be me. I think in a few weeks, after I am more healed, I will take Alvin into the vet to get him checked up to see if he's tagged. If not, I will see about adopting him. If I can't, I know of a no-kill shelter not far from here where he can go, and then I will adopt a different cat in his place. Here's hoping I never have to update again and Raven stays out of my life for good. Here's hoping, honestly. And we just hope the best for Alvin as well as you, but Alvin. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on this. I mean, Raven was never a friend, girl. That is all I gotta say. Stay classy out there, stay sassy. I'll see you tomorrow.